One thing that really has my attention lately is pop music, specifically the pop music girlies. Because look, maybe I just haven't been paying attention, but I cannot remember a time where so many women in pop music were just emerging to this level of popularity at the same time. We've got Taylor Swift undeniably killing it and has been for years. I mean, come on. Billie Eilish also been crushing it for a while, Olivia Rodrigo. But we've also been witnessing the rise of some other pop music artists like Chappell Roan, Sabrina Carpenter, and let me tell you, I am here for all of it. So today I want to build a house in The Sims 4 inspired by some of these pop music artists. But before we jump into it, I have some exciting stuff we have to talk about. First of all, new background, check it out. Second, I have started streaming on Twitch again, and we have a shell challenge going on for the community right now. You can find it using hashtag #SydMacSummerShell. Rules are on the screen, basically don't change the walls, and we will be touring the shells live on stream. And finally, The Sims 4 Love Struck expansion pack is right around the corner, so if you're gonna pre-order, you can support my channel by using my creator code sydmac at checkout, and I'll earn a 5% commission on your purchase. My Love Struck content will be out as soon as I have access, and I'm so excited about it, but without further ado, let's get into the video. So first of all, we have to build the exterior, and we are obviously building here in Del Sol Valley. This is the celebrity world from The Sims 4 Get Famous, and for the outside, I want it to be in a pop music aesthetic. But what does that entail exactly, and how do we capture that in The Sims 4? When I think of pop music, I think of music you can dance to, have a good time. Maybe there are vibrant colors, lots of lights, and I was actually thinking about incorporating some kind of theater into this house. I was also thinking about using big rounded balconies at the front. We'll delete the wall in the middle, and I want this to come out quite a bit. And then underneath, I'm gonna use some round walls here too. And then under here, you know when you have a driveway where celebrities get dropped off right before they go onto the red carpet? That's what I want this to be. So I've opened up base game debug, and we're gonna find some cars, and I'm gonna place them so it looks like they're just driving through here. So maybe sort of like that for now. For the fencing, we're gonna use this here from Get Famous. We'll raise it up on a foundation, and we'll move our cars over a little more because this is where we're gonna have our red carpet. So I guess for now we'll just use this one here from base game. Marble stairs, only the finest of materials today. And then I think for the roofing, I'm gonna bring this flooring piece up top, and we'll delete all the fencing that comes with it, and we'll do a platform roofing style. So I want it to be kind of modern looking. I'm gonna raise the level up quite a bit, and we'll just bring that all the way back. And then on this side, I'm just gonna do the same thing with a platform, but we won't raise it up all the way. We'll just do it by like 1 or 2 ticks, just so it's gonna be a little lower than the other one. We'll give it some foundation paint. And what if this thing was purple? We're gonna see a lot of purple once we go into the interior, so let's see how that looks once we change things like the fencing and add on some trim, a little platform paint. And we're a little limited on our windows situation, so I think I'm just gonna use these skinny ones here from base game. And I want this to be kind of fancy. This is a celebrity home after all. The interior, I want to go with like an Art Deco feel. So like maybe we could use a high school years door combined with these ones up top, and then we also have to add in some columns. Okay, so I've been playing around a little bit. What the heck? Hold on. Anyway, I've been playing around a little bit with our windows and our columns. Up top here, I use this window. This is from the Industrial Loft Kit. And I also felt like we needed to add something up top. So we've got this tiny random room up there. This is how she's looking. Let's start adding in some of the details. First of all, I saw this Name in Lights theater sign from Get Famous. We're gonna add that right onto the side here. On that note, we have this marquee. I'm also gonna use this. I really love the pink and blue swatch it comes in. I'm gonna shrink it and raise it up so it's gonna be just peeking out of the roof there. So it's gonna look like that. I feel like Sims are gonna think this is just one big party place, and that's kind of the goal. I was thinking about putting a neon sign above my door, so I think I'm gonna get rid of this one, and then we can use this sign here. And I also wanted to size up some party essentials lighting. I've actually really grown to like this lighting here. I think these ones are really fun too. So I'm gonna size those up underneath where the cars go, and I think I'm gonna add a few of them. We'll just make them really big. Maybe like that for now. Also with lighting, I wanted to add these spotlights here. Wait, does that make a unicorn go in the sky? How have I never noticed that before? Kind of like a Batman vibe. You could do a llama, a unicorn, or a chicken. That's everything. We're definitely adding these. I was thinking about maybe putting a big fountain in the middle here, like this one from Romantic Garden. And in between the columns, I'm adding spa day lights everywhere. The background here in Del Sol Valley is all lit up and it's so beautiful. In live mode, sometimes you can even see fireworks going off in the distance. So we need to match the vibe. We are going to light this entire thing up here. All right, so far with all the rocks, I also added some fountains around just to add something by our red carpet. And we've got those lights going there. I want to start working on the back. This is what it's looking like so far. We have this big open space to work with. So I'm thinking we use this fence here from Get Famous. We're gonna bring that all the way to the back, and then we can use the fancy gate. I definitely want a pretty big pool here. Like, we are having pool parties at all times. But then back here, I also wanted to build a bit of a stage. So let's maybe add a couple rounded platforms and we can raise that up. We'll add some stairs leading up here, and maybe we can make lounge areas on both sides of the stage too. Like on our stage, we'll add a few microphones. I think we'll also be using quite a bit of stuff here from Moschino because that's where you can find things like these amps, this trunk, and I also really like this seating that comes with Moschino too. So I think I'm actually gonna bring that out into our lounge areas too. Out here, this will obviously be fully landscaped, but I just want that to be a nice, relaxing space. We can add in the fire pit tables. I want a bunch of fun little floaties in the pool. We can add a couple diving boards. This is a very big pool. I think on one side, we'll use the umbrellas and add loungers. Just kind of space them out all nice back here. I want big plants in the background. Our balcony space over here is the perfect spot for a big bar. So we have the bar on the lower level, and I was thinking about adding a piano up top. Obviously, we'll have instruments and microphones everywhere. I love this blue piano with the purple seat, so let's have that facing this way. You could hire someone for there, you could come play yourself. We could have seating up here from Modern Luxe. We'll add a drink tray. Dream Home Decorator could be cute out here too. We could add some of the day beds. I'm also adding a barbecue. I feel like this could also be one of those lots that your Sims travel to when they're hosting a party. Like, they will literally have everything here. I want to add a big dance floor. Maybe some of the neon ones over here. I just moved the diving boards to the other side. Maybe we have like a DJ booth over here, and possibly we tie it together with a double pergola. So after all the landscaping and details, this is what we ended up with. We have a lot happening on our balconies. There's so much for our Sims to do. Up on the top one, this is a double bar balcony with a small lounge area. This balcony here is a dance floor. And then in the back, down below, we have our lounge areas. I have a couple dining tables. We have the massive pool, a bar on that balcony to the left, the dance floor is over there to the right, more lounge space up top with the piano. And if you're wondering, this is what it's looking like all lit up at night. All right, for the interior, this is how it's gonna look. The top floor is what we're really gonna work on. We're gonna have 4 bedrooms up top. I'm gonna place a ladder somewhere so we should be able to get up to that top floor. Then we can hopefully have another bedroom up here. We'll have 1 bathroom, and I'm gonna try and focus mostly on the bedrooms. So our living room and kitchen might be a little small here. Downstairs, this is gonna be a massive theater area. We'll have some bathrooms, a lounge, a whole thing. So let's start off with our first bedroom, which of course is going to be for Taylor Swift. So I'll admit I am not a Swiftie. However, wait, don't shoot. I only say that because I definitely do not know enough about her to be considered a Swiftie. I feel like that is a title to be earned, and I'm not there yet. But I think she's so cool. She's so talented and clearly so good at what she does. She has so many albums. The girl performs on stage for like 3 hours. She's been in the game forever, and her Eras tour will go down in history. Like, there's just so much. But since I don't know a whole lot about her, I figured I would outsource and ask somebody who does. And that is where my sister comes in. I texted her asking if I were to build a Taylor Swift room in The Sims 4, what would I have to put in there? She was at work at the time, and apparently all the people at her work are also Swifties. So I guess this bedroom is going to be a collaboration of me and an entire office full of Taylor Swift fans. Well, let me show you what I've learned. This bed reminded me of her one album, Lover. Along those same lines, I'm adding these hearts. This wallpaper reminded me of her Folklore album. And we're also gonna add disco balls, which are not disco balls. They are actually supposed to be called mirror balls. Apparently she's got some really cool pianos, and one of them could look like this if we added flowers around it somehow. Or what if we added a country kitchen shelf on top, bringing in that flower element, and I'm gonna push this back as far as I can get it. It might come through the wall a little bit, but we'll cover it up. I'm raising up multiple guitars, and I'm just gonna place them on top of this shelf here, just like some different swatches for these. Apparently butterflies are also a big Sim symbol. So maybe we can have those surrounding the acoustic guitars. One thing I noticed when looking at pictures of her tours and stuff are there's a lot of sparkles. So I'm adding these fairy lights here. I'm also gonna add a rug that matches my bed underneath, and we'll add some sparkles here underneath too. Ooh, for the butterfly, it could also be cute if we put this behind the bed, and we'll put an end table here. And she also has an album, I think, called Midnights, plural. And for that one, I feel like we could maybe use a wallpaper like this. And what if we also added a navy blue moon lamp? I'm just gonna fill this space back here with a couple more guitars. And then on this side, I was thinking about adding a vanity, so we could add some cute little Easter egg clutter on there, but also we surround it with a couple bookshelves. So on here, I could add even more Easter egg kind of things. Apparently purple is another big theme, so that's why I'm using the purple walls. We'll add a purple chair. A snake is very symbolic, and I was looking through trying to find a snake in debug or something. We don't have it, but we'll be subtle about it. We've got a snake plant. I was also hunting through debug earlier for a red lipstick. I found this one, which is not red, but I guess we can put it. Is there anything we could find that could pass as a red lipstick? I mean, there's a red candle. It could pass as like a really big red lipstick maybe. I actually just replaced the vanity with this desk here from Vintage Glamour. That way I can add this cute mirror. Again, I'm just looking for a red lipstick. What else? Oh, the friendship bracelets. We're opening up Debug Crystal Creations, and I'm gonna add a few of these maybe over on my shelves too. I'll add a big pretty mirror behind this desk, so it still kind of is like a vanity. I also wanted to add a football because, you know. Oh, we need something for the cats. I learned she has 3 cats, so we're gonna add the cat beds by the bed. And then we can add one of the cat scratch things, which also kind of looks like our wallpaper a little. Also, apparently the typewriter is a thing. Okay, yeah, for the Tortured Poets department. I don't know if we're gonna end up with something for every era, but I'm trying my best. And also apparently there was a hat that kind of looks like this one, but black. Like the 22 hat. I guess we gotta use that one unless I can find another hat in like debug somewhere. Oh, koi fish. I know we have this mounted koi, so I'm gonna add that there. Oh, and I was also thinking about this to kind of signify any of her magazine covers or anything like that. We're adding in the microphone, maybe like a little notebook to signify her songwriting too. Maybe I'll put that on the shelf. Oh, and the number 13. Okay, wait, what if instead I just made this blue wallpaper and we'll literally make our own 13? So I'm gonna have to do this with pool lights, or maybe I can find a 13 picture on the gallery. We can do this. Okay, there we got the 13, and then maybe we can just frame it somehow and make it cute. A final thing, I was looking for a red scarf, and the closest thing I could find was like this one, which I think is meant for a dog. And if I put it down, it doesn't even come out as a scarf. It's just like a little package, but I tried to find one, okay? But regardless, look how cute this bedroom turned out. I'm sure there's like a million more things I could add, but I think it turned out really cute in here. I like that we have different wallpapers representing a couple different albums of hers. Tons of little Easter eggs in here. But that concludes my outsourced research on Taylor Swift items I can put in The Sims 4. If I got something wrong, I'm deeply sorry. I tried, okay? But moving on from here, I feel like we should honor another pop artist who's been in the game for a while, and that will be Billie Eilish. I really wanted to include Billie in here because her style is so different compared to the ones we'll see today. She's got more of an alternative street style, and one of my favorite looks she's ever done is the green and black hairstyle. So I think we're gonna go with the green and black color scheme. Just like everyone else we're gonna talk about today, obviously she's super talented. I find her sound to be so unique. So I really want this bedroom here to stand out from the other ones we'll see. I'm gonna change my lighting to green. I'm adding Vintage Glamour curtains today. I'm adding a green neon mirror. I also wanted to add some records on the wall. And along those lines, we could add a record player. These beanbag chairs could look cool. We could add a black rug underneath. Ooh, what bed should we pick? I was honestly kind of thinking about this one from Vintage Glamour, although I'm not really sold on it yet, but apparently at one point she liked scary movies. Although I was reading in an interview, she said she doesn't really like them anymore because real life is too scary and like relatable. But apparently her middle name is Pirate, so we're gonna include this movie poster here. I'm gonna add a dresser in the corner. I think high school years actually might have some clothes that we could add in here for her. I'm gonna add a Vintage Glamour coffee table here dividing the room, and that way we can add some records on here too. They're all getting microphones in their room, like basically just so Sims who live here can also practice singing. And then I think back here I might add a desk. desk. And then on there we could add a computer, maybe we do some songwriting there. For some reason this picture always reminded me of Billie. I have no idea why. I've also just added a speaker up there. I feel like we could add in a couple hats, maybe also some glasses clutter. Ooh, apparently she also loved horseback riding, so maybe we could add something relating to that in here. Like maybe one of the awards I can shrink down and put on top of this dresser with like one of the horse riding books. Ooh, there is a lot of clutter going on in here. But I feel like this room turned out really cool. A lot of indicators of different interests happening in here. I like this desk, how it's full of like speakers and music. And this one's got tribute to the horseback riding, the fashion element. Two very different rooms going on here, which is perfect. That is just what I wanted. I think next up we'll build one for Olivia Rodrigo. And maybe we could go do the upstairs one, get this one out of the way, which is perfect because it's gonna be purple on the inside and out. This is another singer-songwriter pop star. She's been at the top for a few years now, and she's a super successful mainstream musician. She was on Disney Channel, she's got Grammys. I think we're gonna base this bedroom off of her Sour album, so maybe we need a bit of a different purple. Our color scheme for this room I think is going to be like purple, black, and white. So maybe we'll use the heart bed. And a huge theme on this album cover is obviously all the stickers. So I think I'm gonna try and make a big gallery wall just full of wall decals. We'll add some art on there, but I just want it to look mostly like stickers. Okay, so I added all my stickers. I also downloaded some letters similarly to the Taylor Swift thing, where I spelled out the album name in a similar way to how she has it on the cover. And because I've added those end tables, it looks kind of symmetrical. I'm adding these egg chairs from high school years. And I was kind of thinking about adding one of these lights from Strangerville, maybe on the other side. She has a really popular song in this album called Driver's License. One of these dressers could also be cute with the little stickers on there too. These starlights could be cute under the windows. I've added a dresser over here and we're gonna raise up a megaphone. Specifically, if there's a red one, okay, we can use this. Apparently she was using this as a mic at one of her tours. And she was also in High School Musical, the musical series or something. I have not seen this, but I'm gonna just add some pom-poms in there just to kind of represent that. Oh, this is cute so far. I wasn't sure about that sticker wall, but very cute. I am also raising up a Modern Luxe record player in here, and I also saw her perform on this massive moon thing, a big purple moon, which is so iconic. We've got a yellow one with purple clouds. I'm gonna just size that up, and maybe we'll just put that over here beside the bed. All right, yeah, this one turned out super cute. I ended up adding more stickers on the wall. I added some purses, a cozy area here with some board games. Apparently she likes board games. We've got our microphone in the back there. I feel like we're doing a good job with like clearly with that background behind the bed, you can tell who this is for. But let's move on to the next one. We're gonna go back downstairs, and the next one will be for Chappell Roan. I was introduced to her recently and I am obsessed. So her style is very over-the-top, costumey, drag-inspired. She's a queer icon from the Midwest, and I think building a room for her will be so much fun. Also, I just wanted to mention, I've been saying these musicians are kind of rising recently. However, they've been making music and working hard for years. Like, Chappell was working away for literally 10 years before she started blowing up. It just seems like over the past year or so, everything has been aligning for her. So for the main theme of this bedroom, I was thinking about going for that beauty queen, over-the-top aesthetic, and again, we'll bring in little Easter eggs here and there. We could still maybe use the heart bed, but we're gonna make a couple adjustments. I'm gonna push these back into the headboard. These are actually cake toppers from my wedding stories, and we can just connect them together like that. I'll just maybe use some pillows to hide any of the sticks we can see from that. Oh wait, we could actually mimic this idea. We could maybe use these hanging starlights. At the moment, I've moved the rainbow over by the door, and I'm also gonna add a heart shelf somewhere. I feel like we also need a vanity here. We could potentially also use the vintage glamour dresser with this light here that comes from Get to Work. I guess we could use this Get Famous frame, and then we put in the Get to Work lighting, so it kind of looks like it's one of those mirrors. She did like this pink cowgirl look before, so I feel like we could do this chair. And I want to clutter this table up with every kind of makeup clutter we can find. So High School Years has a lot. We also have these from the Everyday Clutter Kit. Oh, there's this too from Parenthood. So there we've got our little table with all our stuff on it. And I was also thinking about doing a clothing rack, or like potentially some shelves put together with a ton of of hanging clothes. And we're gonna add a little bit of everything. Like, I want this to show the variety of all her costumes. And we can add different color shoes. And also apparently she loves crafting. So we could add in a knitting basket. So Sims who live here could actually make their own stuff. And also the cross stitch box. I'm obsessed with this so far. There's so much going on. I don't really have a full body mirror here yet. So let's add one of those over here. I also don't have the microphone yet. So we're gonna need one of those. I wanted something for her Statue of Liberty look, which like maybe for that we could add this here in green. And then on this side, I was thinking about adding this dresser to match the bed from Get Famous. And I'm also gonna add a shoe rack, also Get Famous. This room turned out so outrageous. I really like the fact that it's giving dressing room a little bit, like the most chaotic dressing room you've ever seen. Definitely over the top, especially this side. I really like it. All right, we're gonna do one more bedroom today, and this one will be for Sabrina Carpenter. Now, she is probably my favorite out of this group. I definitely listen to her music the most, but just like Chappell, she's been making music for a long time. Like Olivia, she was on Disney Channel. She started opening for Taylor Swift, which was massive, and then her iconic performance at Coachella. I just love her vintage, super feminine kind of aesthetic. I definitely don't have a whole lot of room in here, but we're for sure going pink. I feel like we could get away with this bed, and I somehow really want to include an espresso machine in here. Like, we have to, right? But that means we need literal counters, because you kind of can't put the espresso machine on anything else. So, okay, what if we use these from Dream Home Decorator? We'll add the machine on there, and then we also need the grinder. But maybe since we're using it for aesthetic purposes, we won't include that. We could do the whole vintage car thing. Oh my gosh, what if we put like one of the prison walls to represent the Please, Please, Please music video? That's ridiculous, right? How do we make that cute? What if we put a neon mirror behind so it's kind of like a mirror? Oh wait, actually for the bed, I'm just gonna find like a plain white bed. Maybe we can do this one. And I really want to raise a laptop onto the bed for the emails I can't send album. But just like the espresso machine, it kind of has to be placed on something else. So we could put a laptop over here, and this one is perfect because it has a little lip thing. Like this picture. Okay, so we're gonna keep that there. I guess we could also use the heart chair like beside the bed. Oh, I should have been putting dance floors in the bedrooms too. I guess we could put a dance floor in here. Well, we could actually really put them in all of them because the Party Essentials kit has this and it doesn't show up in live mode, but Sims can like dance there. But for hers, maybe it would be cute if we include one. Other things, I'm adding more hearts. I'm also just adding in some cute pastel pop chairs. She has a song called Feather, and we don't have feathers in The Sims 4, but these could maybe pass. I really want to include this picture somehow, but I can't seem to make it work. I need a very small dresser. I'm just gonna squeeze this one into the back there. I'm gonna add in some more cute things like these mirrors from Vintage Glamour. And I was actually also thinking about adding in the globe bar. Maybe we'll have to sacrifice one of these chairs. I'll just add that over in the corner here. The Disney show she was on was called Girl Meets World, so World, Globe. And she's also done quite a bit of acting, so I do want to just add in one of these star trophy things for her. All right, so I made a few changes in here. I feel like I've been changing this around so much, but I figured the checkers in here could give like a vintage diner aesthetic. This is a stage prop from Get Famous. We've of course got the laptop over there, some vintage glamour decor, and of course our prison mirror and our espresso machine. A couple little Easter eggs in here too. Okay, so that's all we're gonna do for the bedrooms. We are gonna go downstairs and work on this massive theater, and I figured this was in the perfect shape because we can section this off and raise it up on platforms, and that's where the actual stage can be. We'll just add some stairs going up. The wallpaper I think will be decor to the max, and this is where we can bring in that art deco vibe I was talking about. We'll add in marble floors. The stage will be here, so we'll get our microphones. And I'm gonna go in again with those Party Essentials lights, and I'm just gonna rearrange them a little bit so they're kind of all together, just hanging like that. But then they also have some stage lights here we could use. Like we can place these right on the edges, and there's literally a fog machine we could hide somewhere. But then for the actual viewing area, Journey to Batu has these booths, and I'm gonna put those in the corners like this. For our tables, we can use these ones from high school years, and I'm also just gonna lay them out this way so we can add chairs around here too. Maybe I'll bring those to the front a little bit more. This way we could add some bars here. I don't think I'm gonna add chairs to them. It would just be like you walk up, get your drink, and then sit back down. We'll add some Vintage Glamour mirrors, and I'm also just gonna line this back wall here with curtains. So this is how the rest of our lounge theater turned out. We've got a bunch of different spots for seating, a couple bars. I even added champagne baskets onto the booths. And then for our stage, I sized up some music trophies in the background with a disco ball. Of course, also our microphones. I also had to pull together the front entryway, so here's what I did there. And just outside the theater, I added 2 public washrooms with toilets and sinks. Upstairs, I still needed to make a small living room and kitchen area, so this is what I ended up with for the dining room and the kitchen. The windows brought tons of light in here, which I thought looked so pretty. And finally, we had our upstairs bathroom. For this one, I used a high school years rug and mirror, combined with a Get Famous sink at the other side. So I hope you guys like this video. This has been us building a house in The Sims 4 for the pop girlies. I would love to do this again, even for different music genres or something, so let me know any artists you want to see in the comment section down below. Also, don't forget you can use my creator code SYDMAC if you are pre-ordering The Sims 4 Lovestruck. That'll support my channel. I get 5% commission of each purchase. And also don't forget to follow me on twitch.tv/SYDMAC to find out when I will be live next. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.